Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and this is a video that had to be made. You know, a lot of times you guys DM me, you send me messages, you tag me on Twitter, and you ask me questions. You say, Boogie, what is going on with this situation? But I have never received as many messages as I have over the last couple of hours talking about Boo Carter. And why are we talking about Boo? Man, he's a guy, when you look at what he's done, he's only been on campus. He's only played one full season of football, but he's a guy that creates a lot of buzz, not only on the field, but also off the field. Again, he's been here for one season, but his name comes up all the time, whether it's transfer portal, rumors, NIL deals. Is he going to leave? Is he coming? Is he going? We're always talking about Boo. And of course, on the field, just an absolute dude. SEC freshman, All-American, 38 tackles, 3 TFLs, a sack, an interception, 3 quarterback hurries a year ago. Then we got to see what he could do with a football in his hands as a returner. We saw that electricity, the dynamic abilities that he brings, which creates a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement for 2025 and the potential for Boo Carter to play offense. So why are we talking about Boo Carter? Why is everybody in a panic? Well, you can go to Twitter and you search Boo Carter and you see some of the tweets that pop up. These are the top ones right now. Ghost of Neyland 2 hours ago. Wait, what is going on with Boo Carter? And this is kind of how my day has been. See so many messages from you guys saying, what is going on with Boo? I start trying to track it down, dig into it, look into it. Let's scroll down. Here's TriStar Network. My thoughts on the Boo Carter situation. Well, let's take a listen to Tony Vitello.
Make the decision. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin. Here's another one. Boo Carter. Man, what is going on with Boo Carter? Well, we get this from Jonathan Henderson. He's a listener of the channel. Says the only thing out of the ordinary in the Boo Carter camp is a profanity-lacked tirade by his mom, claiming that the rumors being spread about him in a gang were false. Wait, what? Rumors of Boo Carter being in a gang? What is happening? Again, I've been chasing it down on the message boards. I've been all over the internet trying to figure out exactly what is going on with Boo Carter. Here you can see the post from his mom on Facebook, a lot of profanity, but she's basically saying, let me clear this up. He's not affiliated with a gang, so whoever is telling the school this, make sure you get your facts straight. Some people saying he can't come back home. He can't return to his hometown. She says, as far as somebody supposedly saying he can't come back to the city, try some. Again, I apologize for the profanity-laced post there from Boo Carter's mom, but that kind of led to this speculation. What is she talking about? Where is this coming from? Did an incident occur? We're going to get into it. We're going to take a look at some comments from Tony Basilio, but I need you guys to do the YouTube stuff for me. Smash the thumbs up down there below the video. Quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are, for the fans, by the fans. So when something like this happens, we speculate. We talk about it. We try to break it down, but we don't want to put any negative narrative out there if it's not true, and that's what we're going to do in this video. Don't forget to join us live Wednesday night. Braden Rouse, 4-star Tennessee linebacker commit, is going to be in the house. Going to be a fun interview with him. But let's jump into it. Let's go take a look at this article from A to Z Sports. This is from Zach Reagan. I don't think it's a slam dunk that he's playing here this year. Insider drops update on one of the Vols' most important players. I think this is where this thing really grew legs. The Tony Basilio show from earlier today really created a lot of speculation. So let's scroll down here and take a look what Zach says. Rumors have been swirling over the past few days about one of the Tennessee Vols' most important players. And that's true, man. Nico hits the portal. We lose Boo Carter. That's a problem. That is a problem. Says, and they aren't the kind of rumors that will make Vol fans smile. For now, nothing is confirmed. That's the key to this whole thing, guys. That's the key. That's why I'm making the video. Nothing has been confirmed, but there are rumors circulating about some off-the-field issues with Vols defensive back Boo Carter. Longtime Tennessee Insider talk show host Tony Basilio said on Monday that the chatter and smoke around Carter's situation is real. Here's the quote from Basilio. Says there's been a flare-up this summer with Boo Carter. Now, as is the case in a lot of situations like this, there's truth then there's rumor, then there's innuendo. And I think that's the problem. That's what we're seeing all over Twitter. All the rumors, all the talk, all the chatter. There's been so much innuendo that it's just rolling out. And everybody is now speaking as if it's fact instead of just rumor. Let's hear more here. I'm in the process right now, and a couple of people called me today. Couldn't get to them, and I apologize for that because I was on the phone this morning leading up to the program. In fact, that's why I was late getting in today. That's why I was a few minutes late starting the program. We're monitoring that situation. I'm in the process of gathering some information. We're going to put out probably a video later on the YouTube channel because I wasn't able to complete everything that I needed to address it. He goes on to say, but I will say this. I do think that there is, how do I phrase this? They're having some issues with him. Now, having issues with him, what does that mean? And again, there's speculations. Is he missing workouts? Is he showing up late to meetings? Because, you know, when Nico bolted, when Nico hit the portal, there was a lot of truth that came out there of him maybe not doing what he was supposed to do, maybe being late to meetings, leaving NIL events, you know, whatever the case may be. So is this as simple as that? Is this reason, if it's as simple as missing a workout, being late to a workout, being late to a meeting, is that cause to kick Boo Carter off the football team? What are your thoughts on that? He says, I do think that's real, and I don't at this point think it's a slam dunk that he's playing here this year. Again, what are the issues? Because, again, the innuendo, the speculation, all the rumors on Twitter are out of control. He says, I think that it's a fair thing to say, and I'm going to leave it at that, but I hope to be able to compile more to talk about it in further detail. I'm pretty sure it'll be later today. We'll see. Needless to say, Tennessee's got to figure it out. You got media days, 8 days away, and you've got the start of practice to ramp up to this season. Now more than ever is extremely precious. The leaders on this football team are extremely jealous of their culture and extremely guarding of their culture. So again, is Boo Carter a locker room problem? Is he a locker room issue? Is he an impact to the culture? Speculation. Again, for Tony Basilio to say, I think there's a good chance he's not here this season makes me concerned. He goes on. If you have to see it through the prism of their eyes, which is they've already watched one of their playmakers and one of their own make a mockery of it in the spring in that quarterback situation with Nico. They're kind of not going to sit there and let it happen again. So the chatter and the smoke that you've heard around this is real. The other stuff that's come out about that kid, people just sort of throw things at the wall in my experience when this sort of thing starts happening. Again, when his mom has to take to Facebook and say he's not in a gang, when his mom has to take to Facebook and say he is allowed to come back to his hometown, the rumors just run out of control. And again, that's why I'm making this video, to tell you guys to calm down, to pump the brakes, stop spreading the rumors, and let this situation play out. He goes on to say, we'll talk about that, but I've got to get more stuff on it. But the reason I wanted to say something about it on the air is I do think that's a real situation as we sit here today. And I do think that what happens with him is up in the air from here. So what's going on with Boo Carter? That's what's going on with Boo Carter. Let the speculation begin. But again, I wanted to jump on here. I wanted to make a video and let you guys see where the rumors started. Now, did an event happen a week ago? I don't know. If something happened, I've seen a lot of the rumors, a lot of the talk. If something happened 6 days ago, something happened 6 days ago, Chattanooga police contact UT police, and there's something going on there. Is that true? I don't know. That's just the internet rumor. But to me, if that's the case, if there was smoke there, if something happened 6 days ago, 7 days ago, do you not think the Tennessee media, the Knoxville media would be blowing this story up all over the internet? Think that would be the case. Again, I just want to put this out there. Tell everybody to pump the brakes. If anything breaks, if anything changes, if anything happens, we'll jump on here on the Talkin VAWLS Network and talk about it. What are your thoughts? A lot to unpack. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. It helps the channel. I would appreciate it. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also support the channel by hitting the join button down below. It's only $1 a month. Help us keep the lights on around here. We are grateful for that support. But if not, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, click that bell for notifications because that helps the channel. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.